Hi everyone, welcome back to English Flow Talks. Today, you'll learn how to talk about your daily routine in English with real, simple conversations you can copy. I'm Emily.
And I'm David. In this episode, we're going to use the simple present to talk about morning, work or study, evening, and weekend routines. Everything you do in a normal day.
So if you want to say things like, I wake up, I have breakfast, I go to work, in clear and natural English, stay with us.
And remember, you don't need to understand every single word. Just listen, repeat, and copy the sentences. Ready?
Let's go. Let's start with the morning. I'll describe my morning routine. Listen first, then you can repeat. In the morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. I get out of bed. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I make coffee. I have breakfast. I get dressed. I check my phone. I go to work.
Nice and simple. Now, let's do it more naturally, like a small story. Listen.
Every day, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and make coffee. Then I have breakfast and get dressed. After that, I check my phone and go to work.
Great. Now, listeners, let's repeat some key sentences together. I'll say it and you repeat after me. I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth. I have breakfast. I get dressed. I go to work.
Good job. Now it's my turn. I'll ask David about his morning routine and you can copy his answers. David, what time do you wake up?
I wake up at 6:30 a.m.
What do you do after you wake up?
I check my phone, then I get out of bed.
Do you have coffee in the morning?
Yes, I do. I drink coffee every morning.
Do you have breakfast at home or at work?
I usually have breakfast at home. I eat bread and eggs.
Perfect. Now, listeners, let's use a simple pattern. I'll say the question, and you use your own answer. What time do you wake up? What do you do after you wake up? Do you have breakfast every day?
Great! Even if your answer is simple, it's okay. You can say, I wake up at 8 a.m. I check my phone. Yes, I have breakfast.
Exactly. Simple is powerful at the beginning.
Now let's talk about work or study. Emily, tell us about your typical work day.
Sure. Listen, I start work at 9 a.m. I check my emails. I have meetings. I teach my students. I have lunch at 1 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m.
Now, as a little story,
On weekdays, I start work at 9 a.m. First, I check my emails. Then, I have meetings and teach my students. I have lunch at 1 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m.
nice. Now, my routine. I work from home. I start work at 8 a.m. I read messages, plan my tasks, and join online meetings. I have lunch at 12:30. I finish work at 4 p.m. Then I take a short break.
Good. Let's ask and answer some questions that our listeners can copy. David, where do you work?
I work from home.
What time do you start work?
I start work at 8 a.m.
What do you do in the morning at work?
I read emails and join meetings.
When do you have lunch?
I have lunch at 12:30.
What time do you finish work?
I finish work at 4 p.m.
Great! Now you, listener, answer for your life. Do you work or study? Where do you work or study? What time do you start? What time do you finish?
You can use sentences like, I study at university. I work in an office. I start at 8 a.m. and finish at 6 p.m.
Remember, simple present is for routines and habits. We often use I usually, I always, I sometimes, I never.
For example, I usually start work at 9. I always drink coffee in the morning. I sometimes work on Saturdays. I never work on Sunday.
Great! Try 1. I usually plus your action.
Now, let's talk about weekends because many routines change.
Yes, weekend routine is also simple present because it's a habit too. Here is my weekend routine. On Saturdays, I wake up later. I have a big breakfast, I clean the house and go shopping. In the afternoon, I meet my friends or go to the park. On Sundays, I relax, watch movies, and spend time with my family.
My weekend routine. On Saturday, I play sports with my friends. I sometimes go to the cinema. On Sunday, I stay at home, rest, and prepare for the week. I plan my tasks and my schedule.
Now, let's make a small conversation about the weekend. David, what do you usually do on Saturdays?
On Saturdays, I play football with my friends.
Do you wake up early or late on weekends?
I usually wake up late on weekends.
What do you do on Sundays?
On Sundays, I rest and stay at home. I watch TV and prepare for the week.
Nice. Now, listener, think about your weekend. What do you usually do on Saturdays? What do you do on Sundays?
You can say, on Saturdays, I go out with my friends. On Sundays, I stay at home and rest.
Perfect.
Now let's put everything together. Morning, work/study, evening, and weekend.
I'll tell you a full daily routine, slowly. You just listen the first time. From Monday to Friday, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and have breakfast. Then I get dressed and go to work. I start work at 9 a.m. I check my emails, have meetings, and talk to my co-workers. I have lunch at 1 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m. In the evening, I get home, take a shower, and cook dinner. I have dinner with my family. After dinner, I watch a series or read a book. I usually go to bed at 11 p.m.
Great. Now let's do short parts with repetition. I'll say it, you repeat. I wake up at 7 a.m. I have breakfast. I go to work. I start work at 9 a.m. I have lunch at 1 p.m. I finish work at 5 p.m. I take a shower. I cook dinner. I watch a series. I go to bed at 11 p.m.
Very good. Now, let's help you talk about your routine. I'll ask, David answers, and then you answer for your life. What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 6:30.
What do you do in the morning?
I have breakfast and get dressed.
What time do you start work or class?
I start at 8 a.m.
What do you do in the evening?
I have dinner and relax.
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed at 10:30. You can go back, listen again, and repeat as many times as you want. This is how you make English automatic.
Before we finish, let's review some simple present rules in a very easy way. We use simple present for habits, routines, things that are always true. Structure: I, you, we, they plus base verb. He, she, it plus verb with s. Examples: I wake up at 7. You go to work. We watch TV at night. They play football on weekends. With he, she, it, he wakes up at 7. She goes to work. It rains a lot here. Let's make a quick mini dialogue using some of these. What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 6:30. My brother wakes up at 7.
What do you do in the evening?
I watch TV and relax. My sister studies in the evening.
You can copy this pattern and change the details for your life. All right, this was a full episode about daily routines in simple present.
T. You practiced. Morning routine. Work or study routine. Evening routine. Weekend habits. And important simple present patterns.
Remember, you don't need complicated words. If you can clearly explain your day in English, you're already winning.
Now we want to hear from you.
Yes, what does your daily routine look like in English? Write 3 sentences in the comments. For example, I wake up at, I go to. In the evening,
We'll read your routines and maybe choose some in the next episodes.
If you liked this episode, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to English Flow Talks, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Thank you for practicing with us today.